Have you ever promised yourself that tomorrow you would begin to change, but that tomorrow never actually came? Do you realize that sometimes our greatest enemy is not failure or a lack of intelligence, but procrastination quietly creeping into every small choice we make? And then, only when time slips away beyond recall, we are struck with the painful truth. The scariest thing is not falling behind others, but missing the very opportunities of our own life. In a small town, there was a young man named Ravian. He was not a bad student, but neither was he remarkable, just average, like many others. Yet he carried within him a habit that slowly poisoned every chance he had, the habit of postponing everything. Whenever his parents urged him, "Sit down and study, son," Ravian would smile carelessly and reply, "There's still plenty of time. I'll start tomorrow." But that tomorrow kept repeating itself, stretching into hundreds of tomorrows. And while time slipped away silently, so too did his opportunities. 3 years later, when the exam results were announced, Ravian failed miserably. His parents sat him down, sighed, and spoke a short but profound lesson. "Learn to value time, my son. The time that is lost never returns." Yet Ravian still did not change. He moved to the city to continue his studies, carrying with him the hope of starting over. But sadly, his old habits followed like a shadow. His days blurred into endless hours of scrolling on social media, laughing with friends, and wasting precious time. His study plans stayed only on paper. His dreams slowly faded into meaningless distractions. Until one day, Ravian heard people speak of a wise old man whom everyone respectfully called Master Varan. They said he lived beneath a great banyan tree, spoke little, but every word he uttered cut straight to the essence of life. In despair, Ravian decided to seek him out. Beneath the vast banyan tree, the old man sat cross-legged, eyes closed, as if lost in deep stillness. Ravian folded his hands in respect and waited silently. After a while, Master Viran opened his eyes, calm yet radiant. Ravian quickly spoke. "Viran, I am always left behind. My friends move ahead, but I keep failing. I feel like I've lost everything. Please help me." Master Viran looked into his eyes, a gentle smile appearing on his face. "My son, your problem is not a lack of intelligence. Your problem is that you do not yet understand the value of time." Then he began to tell a story. Long ago, there lived a just and generous king. One day, while strolling through a dense forest, the king came across a poor man. The man was frail, his clothes torn to rags, his eyes heavy with despair. The king asked, "Why don't you try to change your life?" The man replied in a sorrowful voice, "I have tried, but nothing ever works. Perhaps I am simply unlucky." The king smiled and spoke slowly. "Today is your lucky day. I will give you one chance. Come to my palace before sunset. Whatever amount of gold you can carry with your own hands, it shall all be yours." The king's words offered a priceless opportunity, one that could have changed everything. But it was at this very moment that procrastination appeared. The poor man, overwhelmed with joy, ran straight home to tell his wife. Upon hearing the news, she urged him anxiously, "Hurry, don't waste time. This chance comes only once in a lifetime." But instead of rushing, the man calmly replied, "Wait, let me eat first. I am hungry." He sat down leisurely, chewing slowly, as if he still had all the time in the world. With his stomach full, drowsiness took over. He thought to himself, "I'll just rest for a little while, then I'll go." And with that, his eyes closed and he sank into deep sleep. 2 hours passed in the blink of an eye. When he woke up, he panicked and ran toward the palace. But the sun was already high, blazing fiercely, and the heat weighed down his steps. Exhausted, he stopped under a tree to rest, and once again, sleep overpowered him. When he finally opened his eyes, the sky had already turned the color of dusk. Desperate, he gathered all his strength and ran with everything he had left toward the palace. But when he arrived, the massive gates had shut tight. The golden opportunity of a lifetime was gone, not because of bad luck, but because of his own bad habits. Master Varan paused in silence for a moment. Then he slowly raised his head, his eyes gentle, yet piercing, as he looked straight at Ravian. "My son, this story is your life. You are not lacking in talent. What you lack is urgency. If you do not learn to value time, the only thing you will carry with you is regret." Those words struck Ravian's heart like a bolt of lightning. He sat still, his eyes red with tears streaming down his young face. Bowing low, he touched his forehead to Varan's feet as a sign of gratitude and reverence. That very day, something within Ravian truly changed. Returning home, he made a vow to himself. Never again would he waste another moment of his life. He deleted all his social media apps, abandoned meaningless gatherings, and disciplined himself with a strict daily schedule. Each morning he rose at 5 a.m., studied diligently for 5 hours, and reviewed his lessons at night. Books became his dearest companions, and in just a few months, the miracle happened. The boy who was always left behind was now standing at the very top. If this story touched your heart, press like and share it with someone who needs a wake-up call. And if you want to hear more true, powerful stories that can change your life, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Because who knows? The next story might be the one that transforms your life. Time waits for no one, and neither should you.